Stop with the wish, would have, could have. Listen, if you don't have the money to buy cows, it's okay. If you don't have the heavy investment to get into poultry, if that's what's been holding you back, we're here to give you option B and option C. You understand? This is a very low pressure entry point to get into farming.
Rise and shine, Valley Farm family. Welcome back to another episode of The Farm. If you're new here, you are most welcome. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and also turn your notification bells not to miss out on any episodes of The Farm. And of course, to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, we are back at the farm. It's a beautiful sunny day today. January is hot, but the weather is unpredictable as January it is here. But we are really so happy to be here. I also have my co-director on standby who is going to say hello to you guys and also say something to you.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the new year as always. I think it's still within that time frame. It's just day like 15 or day 10.
Yeah.
So Happy New Year still a la mode. But we are indeed back at the farm. I gotta tell you guys, I haven't been here for a few days, and just to be back here always bring the life back to me. Yes, it's hot, but I'm in Africa. You expect it to be hot. But you know what else is hot? Ways to make money when it comes to farming. Because a lot of you guys, I think, get what's called tunnel vision, where you think about farming and you think about just like, okay, well, I can do cattle, maybe I could do poultry, maybe I can, I don't know, go into fish farming.
I can do crops.
Guys, let me tell you, farming is like you grabbing a hand of sand at the beach, okay? There are so many different ways for you guys to get into farming, so many ways for you guys to make money. The number one thing you need to think about, number one, your personality type, right? Or you meant to be a pharmacist? Because some of us, and forgive me all the pharmacists that are watching out there, most people just want to be alone at their farm. They don't want to be around people. They don't want customer relation. They just want to be, it's just your fish. The fish don't talk back, okay? Yes, you will hear the bubbles, and for some of you, it's very soothing to hear those bubbles, right?
Yes.
But the most important thing for you, you need to figure out if you want to manage a large staff, if you want to actually be around a great number of people. Do you have the leadership style that needs that where you can lead somebody on a micromanagement level? I'm not that type of person. My partner is not that type of person. No. I hate micromanaging anything, let alone people. So for me, I'm good with my goats. We're good with the sheep. We're good with the pigs.
The pigs, the goats.
And also, but when it comes down to you making your final determination, just because you have poultry at your farm, it does not preclude you from wanting to do something else to make extra money. Case in point, we here at Value Farm, we practice mixed farming. And why do we do this? It's simple. For those of you who are watching around the globe who understand the financial market, mixed farming is a very simple way for you to do what's called hedging your bet, right? Because one sector could be down, one sector could be up, but guess what? If you have three sectors that are up and one sector within your farm is down, guess what? You definitely are thriving, right? But when you just do poultry farming, and God forbid you get hit with the bird flu, and something happens, you lose your parenting stock, are you still in farming? No.
No, you get out.
You have a very nice structure. You look at it every day. You're scratching your head, but your active farming life essentially comes to an end. We didn't want that to be a part of what we did here at Value Farm. So that's why we preach to you guys, if possible, you should get into mixed farming. So for us, a lot of people thought we were crazy. Oh my God, these people are doing everything.
Everything,
They don't know
why?
what they're doing. Guess what? Guess who's laughing all the way to the bank? This team is. Because you know what, guys? we had a few challenges with our poultry division,
Yeah.
but over the last 2 months or so, our pigs have been bringing home the bacon. You understand?
Same to the goats.
The goats, the pigs, they've been bringing home the bacon. So now we have area, we have land, and you know what's amazing? When you get into bee farming,
Yeah.
when you decide to become a beekeeper and you want to take it to the commercial level, do you know what most farmers want? They need your bees to do what for them? Pollinate their crops. So even if you don't have a lot of space, you could take your bees, you can have them mobile, you could take your hives to other places, and you can bring them by nearby, whether they're growing maize, whether they have mangoes, whether they have an apple orchard, they want your bees to help them pollinate. The more pollination, the better yield. So for us, we're sitting out a section of the farm. You guys are gonna see, this is actually a portion of our neighbor's land.
I never studied.
But our neighbor here plant maize.
The other
They have
side.
their beans on the other side. And you know what happened? When we decided to bring our spread around our hives all over the place, it was a welcome addition. As a matter of fact, the bees, I know this is kind of long-winded. I have to tell you guys
No,
this.
it's okay.
Our neighbor just came and thanked us because a lot of these cattle keepers used to bring,
Used to
their
bring the cows around.
to eat all of her maize, all of her beans, disturb her garden. Guess what? Our makeshift apiary here in the west wing of where we're standing, she just said those guys no longer
come
here
around.
because they respect and fear
The
the bees.
bees.
So now she has peace of mind. We getting extra income from the bees, and it's not just from the honey, because you know when it comes to bees, guys, there's so many different ways you can make money. My partner here has a friend who makes candles.
Yeah.
And then the light bulb went up. It just went off when she told me that her friend
Make some scented candles.
is making scented candles that are starting to catch traction. But then the overhead cost, because she's actually having to
Importing.
import
Yeah.
the bees wax to make the candles.
From China,
From China,
UK,
the
and
UK,
US.
all over.
Yeah.
Why? When we have friends in the bee business. So for me, this is an opportunity, because for those of you out there, shout out to Yankees Candle. If you're watching this video, please email us if you want to sponsor Value Farm. We're just a farm out here in Africa and Uganda, doing the good Lord's work, trying to spread the good gospel all over the place so people can get into farming, so they could be educated and be energized about finding different ways to make money. So, the wax.
Like my friend Amito has been telling me like her struggles bringing this wax from the UK, and even the things do not come direct to Uganda. They first go through Kenya, then she uses the bus to transport them here in Uganda. And of course, she also told me about the wax that is produced here. Most people mix it with some paraffin, so it's not really pure wax. So most people really manipulate the market to make, more profits from it. So it is just for us who are keeping the bees to make an advantage and also produce quality wax for people who are making candles, so that you can definitely give them quality stuff. Because for someone to really make an effort and try to import from other countries, from other continents to bring to Uganda, it is really very expensive. Why can't you make it affordable here? Why can't it be available, like ready market for people to really come to you? Because beekeeping, let me tell you guys, it is something that is really not really so hard. You can have your goats and everything that you have at the farm, but you can set them up somewhere. They can take care of themselves as long as it is really done right. As long as you put the water available for them, they can easily survive. It is not really that very hard for us farmers out there to do something like this. So it is value addition for all of us.
So guys, here's another tidbit for you, okay? When it comes to beekeeping,
Yes.
outside of rabbits, when it comes to bees, you literally can maximize almost 100%
yeah.
of what the bees produce. There's a market out there for the prosperous. There's a market out there for the wax. There's a market out there for the bee venom. There's a market out there for the honey, right? So really, what you need to do, you have to actually be able to have the mall of your convictions. You have to have that conviction in your gut, and you have to be willing to make a modest investment up front.
True.
You stumble upon this channel, there are plenty of bee informational videos out there. There are local beekeepers. There
That
are
is
bee
so
clubs
true.
all over where you are. Whether I don't care if you're in Timbuktu, there's honey being produced.
Exactly.
So
organic.
If you want to get into this field, even those of you, listen, I'm from the US, guys. I know even in my neighborhood in Orlando, Florida, parts of even Arizona, where people would literally allow beekeepers to keep a beehive in their backyard. And in return, they literally have urban beekeeping, right?
Wow.
And in return, what do? They get honey. The beekeeper gets to actually have that production. And honey is basically, it's truly influenced based on where you're located, right? So the type of trees, the type of pollen you have
Pollen you have
is going
around.
to determine what your honey tastes like. So if
Exactly.
you're near like a raspberry farm or blueberry
Oh my
farm,
God.
that's what your
That's
honey's going to
even
taste
better.
like. Exactly. So if you literally near, you know, whether you within the urban setting or you have lots and lots of land, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, but we're around other farmers, right? You should talk to your neighbors. You should consider all of your options. And this is a great way for you to make passive income.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know what? The beauty about this, beekeeping bring the value addition to you.
To you
right?
yourself. Yes.
This is like a no-brainer. So this is something for you guys to keep in mind. Apart from the poultry, the goats, yeah, these are the sexy things to do. But you know what? There's even therapeutic ways that people actually use the actual humming and the sound of the bees flapping their wings. Where actually, no, in some of these care centers, for people who have sleeping difficulties, right? For people who actually suffer from anxiety and stress, they actually use the actual vibration of the bees flapping their wings as a way to get that person to relax and be more comfortable, right?
That's
and actually bring down the level of anxiety. So they are therapeutic bees, right? You know, so don't be so afraid. Don't be so narrow-minded. Don't have tunnel vision. When it comes to bees, when it comes to farming, we always preach to you guys, those of you, the real ones who's been following us for some time, you cannot be rigid.
Don't be rigid, guys.
Business is just like having a successful relationship. Rigidity does not exist. Pride should not exist.
Exactly.
You should want this to work. You need to be flexible. You need to listen. You need to learn. You need to be open. You and your mom, I think you're doing something right. But if another farmer is doing it better, do not let your pride get in the way. You should be open. You should be open and reach out to those farmers to see if they can provide you with their knowledge, if they can provide you with mentorship, if they can provide you with consultation, so that you yourself can become a better farmer. And we always say a productive farmer is an educated farmer.
That is so true.
So welcome to this channel. And again, we expect you to come back and share this video, share the content with your friends, family, or your loved ones. And anybody who don't support this dream of you becoming a farmer, they don't support you.
That is so true.
That's all I have to say.
Another thing that I really want to put out there, because, you know, on our TikTok, we have so many comments, people really commenting about what we post there, like our projects that we are posting about Value Farm. And some people really have the mentality to say that is for the rich.
Oh, no.
We cannot be able to do that. That is for the rich. They have the land, they have all this. Guys, come on, you can also do it. You can start small. Start with whatever you can start with. And I've seen some people really even answer you. I know some of you have commented in these videos and said, no, this is for the rich, you guys have the money. But you can start with whatever you have. You have back home land. You have in the villages some pieces of land. Start from there. Then when you get some money, when you get some savings, then you can upgrade. Go to a better place. Go to another village. It's not a must that you need to be in your village that you should start a farm. I personally am not from Luero, no, but we have a farm in Luero. It's not from here, but we have a farm here. So start from wherever you can, so that you can be able to, you know, multiply your profits, do something for yourself. And of course, there are those people who get discouraged all the time. Like maybe because you have an office job, you've done your degree, you have your master's and whatever, and someone sees you maybe doing farming and they feel like, oh my God, that is for low-level people. Why are you even trying to do farming? Why can't you, you know, get on with your studies? Come on, guys. We are all here studying to get money. So start with whatever you have so that you can get to that level. You can still go on with your studies, but have something on the side that you are doing for yourself. So do not listen to people who discourage you.
Let me make sure I dovetail on this. I want to give you guys two perfect examples, right?
Yes.
You know, where I'm from, some of the wealthiest people in the world are farmers, right?
Wow.
Right now, the one person who owns the most farmland in America, if not the globe, is Bill Gates,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
Some might say he's definitely successful.
Second, yes.
He's been successful in his life, right? Now, there's a farmer down in South Africa, right? Kaliri Farms. The next batch of South African goats that are coming here are coming from that farm, thanks to my friend and colleague Kenneth, who does a wonderful job working with our team to make sure the logistics of getting those goats from South Africa
to Uganda
go smoothly, right? So at Kaliri Farm, this young lady started out with 4 Kalahari red goats. And now, some years later, she's actually breeding 200 kids per quarter.
Wow.
And each one of those kids are being sold an average of $1,200 USD. So you do the math. If you can stay home on your compound and you breeding goats, you leave your office job, wherever it was, you at your farm, and you literally are breeding 200 kids every quarter, essentially, right? And you selling 800 of those goats.
Wow. Times
$1,200 USD. This is a woman who's basically right at the precipice of making $1 million a year. I want you to think about that. How many of you can stay home or work from your home office, right? Stay home in the AC. Listen, I'm a retired banker. I like to say I'm a reform banker. Right? A new lease on life, okay? Where I'm earning my money in a way that I can be very proud of. I was always proud to be a banker, but I find more fulfillment in this career that I have chosen.
Yeah.
I just want you to think about that, right? She's making $1,200 per goat per quarter times 8, right? 800, I would say. And I don't know anybody else making this kind of money that's not in the NFL, that's not in the NBA, that's not an investment banker. And there are very few of those out there that are real investment bankers, right?
Yeah.
If it's good enough to make that kind of cash, it should be good enough for you, just like it's good enough for us. Because guess what, guys? It's not about being rich. If you struggle and sacrifice enough, you yourself can start out with 2 of those goats.
Exactly.
Even if you start out with the buck first, then you remain patient. You continue to hustle.
True.
Then you get yourself 1 doe, then the second doe, and before you know it, patience will always rule the day.
That is true.
So now, this is another thing for my people from the deep village. Whether you're at the West Nile, Rakai, wherever you are, Cindy, let me tell you this, right? We're in Africa, particularly those of you that are on the East Coast, right? On the Eastern region, Ethiopia, Kenya, the Congo. Do you know why we grow more than anybody here? Coffee. Do you know what coffee have when it's time for the beans to start coming? Lots and lots of flowers. Do you know what your bees need? They need flour to get the nectar. You just need to provide them with the water and a safe place to stay. And guess what? You are in business. So stop with the excuses. Stop with laying on the couch. Stop with the wish, would have, could have. Listen, if you don't have the money to buy cows, it's okay. If you don't have the heavy investment to get into poultry, if that's what's been holding you back, we're here to give you option B and option C. You understand? This is a very low pressure entry point to get into farming and agriculture. So there's no more excuses.
There's no excuse.
What else is there for you, right? That's all I have to say on this topic.
In fact, there's someone who commented in one of the kids when I was showing the Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God, I'm really so low when I see people living my dream. You shouldn't be low, you should be motivated. That at least that is a step. Whenever you're watching someone doing something that your dream is, that is a motivation for you. That is a learning step for you. That is something that at least you're watching, so that by the time you start, you know about it. You know what you're going to be doing. So don't be low.
Let me just say this, what people like to say about the millennials. Yes, I'm talking to you out there, the young ones, the youth, as they call it here in Uganda, right? If you calling yourself broke, you have a job, yet you're driving a car, you should be in business. There's no reason for you to have a car before you have a home or before you have your business. See, people don't understand the value of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right? One of my favorite songs by one of my favorite rappers, and you guys will get this if you're a hip hop fanatic, Lucky Me by Jay-Z.
Wow.
And the chorus of that song, right? It goes something like, you only know what you see, but you don't really know what it means to be me. What does that mean exactly? Well, you know what? People like the finished product. They like the shiny diamond.
Yeah.
They don't understand the person in the mind, sacrificing their life and limb in many places around the globe in seek of that rock that's gonna produce a perfectly polished diamond. They just wanna go to Zales, they're their favorite jewelry store when it's time to get engaged or push anniversary present, they go pick the diamond from the store. But that diamond comes from somewhere. Somebody had to sacrifice. Someone had to go to school to learn how to cut and polish the diamond into something that will be palatable to you.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a vehicle, if you have the option to move back at home, if you have the option to go back home with your aunts, your uncles, your auntie, or your friends from university to save your paycheck, to find your way into business for yourself, to do better for your family, and if you haven't explored those options, we don't want to hear from you. Because excuses will never move
end.
you closer to the finishing line. You know, in life you have winners and losers. And the sad thing is, the only place you should have winners and losers should be in a football match or a soccer match. There has to be a winner. But even in those instances, you may find yourself in a tie ball game. But when it comes to effort and sacrifice, there's no excuse for you not to become successful, because effort takes no superpower.
True.
Your willingness to outwork the next person behind you, in front of you, the ones you can't even see, that's enough for you to be in the game and give you a chance. As long as you're in the game, you have a chance of succeeding. And even when you fail, that's an opportunity for you to learn from your mistakes.
To learn from the mistakes.
Just because you falter out of the gate doesn't mean you should give up and lay down on the mat. In fact, you should learn from it. You should eat some humble pie. You should understand the value of asking for help.
That is true.
And then you come back stronger. And all your friends who laugh at you and point their fingers like, you're not a farmer, you're a city boy. Believe me, you have the capacity to learn. Think about the fact that you can speak your language, whether it's English, Spanish, whatever you speak.
Whatever you can
Your mind itself is a living computer. If you can understand engineering, if you can become a mathematician, you surely can become a successful farmer. So for those of you that found this message, we welcome you to the fray once again. Kick off the year correctly. And if you have a boyfriend that don't support this dream, that's not the boyfriend for you. If you have a wife that's holding you back from getting back to Mother Nature and providing a bigger piece of the pie for yourself and your family and to help us feed this nation, you might have to consider. Maybe you chose the wrong one. I'm not advocating for family separation. I'm just advocating for us as farmers. We need more of you. You have the skills, you have what it takes, and farming could be learned like any other profession.
Any other thing, yeah.
That's it.
Wow, that is really, really amazing. I think the message has been taken home. I think you've learned something from this video. Like, guys, we are just here to really show you what is on ground. These are live experiences. We are not in anywhere else. We are in our farm. You see what we have at the farm. You see the animals that are here. It's not that we are just here to read theories and come and speak to you guys. No.
Practice.
This is practice. We practice what we preach here. So, and even other experiences that we get, we really get them from the farm and we share with you guys. We also visit other farms. We learn from them. They also tell us what they're experiencing that side. We also learn from them, because learning does not stop. You cannot watch this video and this is it. You keep learning, you keep researching, you keep visiting other people, you keep listening to audiobooks. There are magazines, there are books, ebooks everywhere about farming, agriculture. You can choose what you can start with according to your budget, according to your plan, so that you can definitely prosper in these projects. But we really appreciate you guys so much. We have a lot in store, but we can't finish everything here. If you haven't really reached out to our social media platforms, please go check us out. We have Instagram, that is Value Farm UG, Facebook Value Farm, TikTok Value Farm. We also share behind the scenes and other short clips that we we do at the farm. So please go check them out so that we can definitely also communicate from there, share ideas, and also get a following from that side. But we really appreciate you guys so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, share, and also tell a friend to tell a friend. Till next time,
Bye.
bye.